2 to 2.5 months. But now within 2 days, we are giving the name availability also. Now to apply for COP, to apply for articles, to apply for anything, just by press of button, we are able to do. And this pandemic time, this SSP actually didn't stop any one of us to, work. So SSP is one of the biggest game changer of our institute in the recent times. Number 2 is basically UDIN. UDIN has actually changed the definition of the quality of service our chartered accountants have been doing. Unfortunately, a lot of people who are not chartered accountants have reported themselves as chartered accountants. They signed the certificates and gave it to multiple banks and different authorities. Today, because of UDIN, we could track till December close to 800 crores worth of frauds by people not signing chartered accountant, by people who are not chartered accountants signing the certificates. And similarly, today we have generated close to more than 1 crore 20 lakh UDINs or something like that. Even during the pandemic time, we were thinking that people are not working, but yes, we generated more than 30 lakh UDINs in last 3-4 months time. So this is the kind of track which we could actually get. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Some of the participants not able to hear your voice, sir. Just some more.
Is it audible?
Yes, sir. Some more louder.
So just check with someone because I'm not able to see any message.
For me it's okay, sir. But some of the members is not able to hear you. The voice is very low.
Is it low or not heard?
It's slow, sir.
Low. Okay,
Low,
I'll just get this screen close to me. Now is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Now is it audible? Okay. So
yes.
When you talk about UDIN, we could actually get close to 30 lakh UDIN generated in last 4 to 5 months during this COVID time. Then about the digital learning hub, which we never thought the entire country adopted, all the chartered accountants have adopted. It is only 1 crore 50 lakh minutes. Calculate how many hours, Kritika? How many hours? 1 crore 50 lakh minutes is equivalent to how many? Hours divided by 60. In last 4 months, that is the kind of learning which has happened on Digital Learning Hub. I'm not talking about the webinars and all, but I'm talking about only the certification courses and other programs which people have done on our Digital Learning Hub. I think we hold the world record. If I'm not wrong, we hold the world record of learning. How many hours?
2,50,000, sir.
2,50,000 hours of learning is not small. So that is one thing. Then online, digital, all the DCs have been shifted to online, fortunately. Now people need not travel. Unfortunately, for small cases, people have to travel, and that is not there. New website of ICI, you might be seeing. I'm fortunate to be part of that group which has changed the entire face of ICI. And today we have a digital wall which is there. Primarily, you can go and click there and see all what you want to see in one particular place. Otherwise, we have to go and search in multiple sites, what is happening, how it is happening and all. So now we have the new website which has come out. I was also part of the last year procurement of 4,800 computers for our ITT trainings across the country branches. We spent close to 25 crores for buying this, and we are really happy that this time that computers have been effectively utilized, and today we understand the value of that computer. More importantly, on the forensic side, which I am the Digital Accounting Assurance Board Vice Chairman, fortunately, we have actually introduced the new DISA curriculum, which is going to equate us with a global recognition of CISA. We have 29,000 chartered accountants who are certified as DISA, and now forensic audit also has become very critical. And I have been fortunate to be again part of the new learning process where we made forensic applicable to ITT learnings. That means our article students who are going to go through the advanced ITT learning, they are going to be forensic expert also by the time they're going to get registered with the institute. And there are many such new initiatives which have been taken up by ICI. And I think we all should be happy that the kind of learning which is happening during this period. The beauty is that, we actually were thinking that we cannot adopt technology. But just imagine, Kritika, now we all have adopted technology to the last core. And the senior most person, including my father, who is 74 years old, uses technology. So that means the DNA of a chartered accountant was always to adopt anything. And this is where we are actually moving towards. I'm fortunate today to
Even
share a
our
couple of...
branch first chairman, M.V. Ramasamy sir, also attending this session, sir.
My
He's
pranam to
90
M.V.
years old.
Sir, my pranam to him, and all these people have actually made our profession to what our profession is all about. And really thankful to you all people who have been past chairmen, that you made what we are today. Today we are recognized because of all your contributions. And every one of us are promising you that, whether it is Kritika, who is the chairman of the branch, Vishen sir, or might be even Bal Murugan for that matter, and including me as a central council member, we will hold the flag high for all you people. That is our assurance and promise. So importantly, now let me come to the...
Yes, sir. He is M.V. Ramasamy, our first chairman of the Pondicherry branch.
Namaskara, sir. Namaskaram.
Namaskaram, sir. பேசிட்டு இருக்காருப்பா உங்ககிட்ட தான். அப்படியே காதுல விழலையே.
Good evening, sir.
இத போட்டுக்கிறேன்.
See, now just imagine such a senior person also is working on adopting technology, and I think this is where we are heading towards. And today I'm going to share certain very important things. I'm going to skip a lot of PPT because I want to give time to Kothari ji to come and speak on certain things. Have you made me? Can you just make my other file as this thing co-host?
இல்ல.
Yes, I made.
So friends, I'm just sharing with you something very important, which I think all of us will agree and appreciate of what we are trying to talk about, discuss about. You will be happy and also surprised to know that, our country was standing at 150th position on adopting technology. 150th position in adopting technology in 2013-14. But today, within 7 years, we are world's #1 in adopting technology. Just imagine our Arogya Setu, whether it is you talk about any other app for that matter. Do you know how many subscriptions have happened in 13 days? In 13 days, Arogya Setu has created a record of downloading of that app by 5 crore people in 13 days. This is where India is moving towards. Even the Paytm and all the kind of Google Pay options are being utilized by an auto rickshaw driver and a small vendor who is holding a basket. He'll ask you one thing: do you have Paytm? And you will be required to transfer that money with ATM. This is where India is going. Digital India is going to be the new India, and we have actually demonstrated this by showcasing that within the period of 4 years, in the sense, I'm talking about 7 years now, but within that 4 years time, we have reached world #1. This is where India is moving towards. Whether it is the senior most or the youngest, who is just born or might be a couple of months born or 1 year or 2 year born, they are also playing with the games and they are watching their entire rhymes on the mobile. The poorest and the richest have actually adopted technology. I think we don't have anything left. East, west, north, south is completely covered, right? So primarily, we need to really understand how this has been happening. I do not want to talk about this topic which I am discussing currently because that will take long time than what is required. Let me just come to one dream and action. What I mean by dream and action is something, a reality which we need to think about. This was in 2018 when the government of India actually adopted, mooted an idea that, we need to go for faceless scrutiny. And you all will be surprised, in 2019, they actually notified under CBDT also. But the fact is very interesting, and something which we need to really understand is, in first phase, which is last month only, they have scrutinized faceless assessments of 7,116 cases. Out of these 7,100 cases, all the shortcomings are being noted, and the new income tax revised form has come. And the new income tax revised form, I may talk it later, but a lot of information is going to get collated together and it will be published on the site of the income tax department. Now they don't want, one, corruption, two, people who are not going to pay taxes. If you see the recent past, what did the Prime Minister come in with folded hand requested, and he appreciated that, it was actually a shame for the citizens of the country when he talked about 130 crores is a population and only 1.3 crore people are paying taxes. But the fact is, the responsibility will come back on chartered accountants primarily to ensure that more people pay taxes. When the government is working as a two-edged sword, primarily one side by getting this faceless, where the income tax department is not going to be part of the entire corruption process. Second side, they are also willing to get the entire thing into digital form, which is going to be very interesting when I'm going to discuss further. So this is one beginning of this entire discussion. But let us see what are the MOUs which are being recently entered by the different governments and different government departments for the first time in the history of 74 years. Let me just take you through this. There is a special agreement which has been entered between the CBDT and SEBI. A lot of people used to do trading in the shares, right? Kritika, you also do shares trading? No,
No,
don't do it. You do?
No.
Okay, don't. So point is, Balmurugan sir or any other person would be doing share trading, and not only him, might be he's a chartered accountant, he understands his responsibility, but there are a lot of people who are not reporting their transactions, which they were doing in stock markets, in buying and selling of shares, trading activity, then long-term capital, short-term capital gains kind of thing. All these were not getting reported in the income tax department. Surprisingly, people have not wanted to report. But now only because of PAN and Aadhaar card, this entire data is going to be auto-populated in 26 years. And this data, without you liking or not, it will be shown on the screen of the income tax department. So this is where how India is actually talking with two departments. Just imagine. So what is the role of chartered accountants? I do not want to say, but yes, this is one such factor which is very critical, which we need to really understand. Now let me take you to the next thing. Like example, the last one I would like to say, we have talked about Atmanirbhar Bharat, and there was a definition which was being changed by the government of India with regards to MSME, and 250 crores. 250 crores is the definition of turnover for which under which MSME can be registered. Can you just imagine when you want to apply yourself and be called as MSME? The moment you go, have you filled in detail, Kritika, by any chance, or Balmurugan sir, in MSME application for your clients? Have you filled any application by chance? If you have not, the answer is very simple. The moment you put the PAN card of your client, the turnover criteria and the asset base is auto-populated, and the site directly says you whether you are a micro, small or medium. So this is a kind of data collaboration which is happening at the national level. And if we don't understand this, I think we are really missing out on a major thing where the government is heading towards. Similarly, now just imagine what is going to happen, whether income tax audit will be there or GST audit will be there, or might be a common audit will be given. So there is a big opportunity and big loss in the entire system, because what they are telling is now the ITRs have to tally with GSTRs. Now, the moment a person fills in his GST returns, income tax department, when you are going to file the income tax returns, data is going to be turnover criteria, expenditure criteria, which is GST impacted, is automatically going to get auto-populated. Please understand, this is going to be a new bomb, which will be there if we don't understand. Income tax audits, GST audits, statutory audits are going to come into one particular fold. Please understand, there is lot which is being talked about in a major area. In the new income tax return, whenever you are going to make any payment of more than 20,000 rupees for annual insurance premium, right? You know something very interesting? Now IRDA and CBDT has signed a special MOU. People have actually claimed wrong declarations. They have given wrong declarations, and they claim income tax benefits for the insurance and all. So now the moment you are going to put your PAN card or PAN card number, automatically data is going to get auto-populated, and what in premium you have paid there and what is actually seen on the screen is going to be the same. And if you have paid more than the exempted limit, it will show that 2,50,000 is being paid, but only 1,50,000 is your benefit. So this is the kind of things which is happening at the international level. As a council member, it is my responsibility that I come and share with you all people these kind of things. This is just a beginning, and we are going to go a long way. And today you have a special program on tally to use. See, tally and all are going to come in a big way tomorrow to say that you only put the barcode, we'll scan automatically, the accounting entry will happen, and whichever the HSN code which is there, in that HSN code, the data entry will happen, and your GST return, income tax return will be auto-populated, automatically it will be coming, and we'll not have much to do. So the role of chartered accountant is going to change in a big way. Might be sometime later, when Kritika or Bal Murugan sir or Vishan sir call me, again I'll come back and share how these things are going to transform and impact our profession. Please understand, it is high time that we have to just think about what the new chartered accountant is going to be. It is going to be a total different role, which every one of us has to pay. Please understand, it is nowhere written in the law that you are from a small city or a big town or a larger city. For law means it is applicable to every person across the country, whether it is the remotest location, which is the bottom Kanyakumari, or top Jammu and Kashmir, right? So law is going to be applicable to all. It is, you cannot have ignorance of saying that technology I will not adopt. It has to be adopted. There is no alternative for it. And we need to understand what kind of initiatives the government is taking. Once upon a time, our situation was that government was behind us. But now the situation is we are behind government. So we need to really envisage a lot of things, how things are going to move, what things are going to happen, how these are going to take place, what transformation is going to come. You cannot say, if our senior most chartered accountant is here watching an Zoom video conference, just imagine he's adopted to a technology. Similarly, we have to adopt technology. If we are not able to do, I think we need to collaborate and work together. It is not a time where we have to work as a proprietary concern. Unfortunately, the statistics shows that 72% of the practicing chartered accountants in this country are proprietary concerns. Is going to be a matter of concern, I am telling you. It's going to be a matter of concern. It is a high time that we all have to come together and make it big. We have to make our firm also a digital firm. Partners might be sitting in different cities, state, town, but we have to make it big. There is no option left. Experience of senior and speed of junior is going to take us to a different level altogether. So be ready to face and see, it is CA, challenging accountant, adoptive, a chartered accountant who adopts all the transformation. Lot of such things I can talk about. 70 years is not a short time. We have contributed, we have adopted, we have learned, we have taught, we have unlearned, we have taught again. We have ensured that the businesses in this country grow well because we as chartered accountants support them all throughout. And if we don't understand that technology is something which is going to impact us, we have to learn first. And there is no excuse to say that technology I am not going to adopt. Either you adopt or you perish. As simple as that. That is the reality. And today I am giving you examples of not something different, artificial intelligence, robotic process automation, blockchain. No, I don't want to talk about it. What is going to impact us? Let us talk about it. When I'm talking about IT returns and GST returns, that is the message which I'm trying to give you. When I'm talking about faceless assessment, we all thought it is not going to happen. It has happened. And all those learnings, they are converting into a detailed asking in form of more and more information in income tax return. We are thinking that, you know, information is more asked, but you are not understanding why information is more asked. And it is time that you reprise yourself, which is very important. I think Kritika, you, Vishan sir, and also Bal Murugan sir have to run a campaign in our branches that, you know, don't underprice our services. We have to price well, because one stage is going to come where this entire information will go to the income tax department and we will not be left with anything. Today is the time we need to realize. Today is the time we need to reorganize. Today is the time we need to redefine what we want to be and what this digital India is going to impact. Can we be digital chartered accountants is something which we need to really think about. I wish you all a great learning experience today, and I tried my level best to cut it short as much as possible. But yes, sooner or later, I'll come back to you all people and share my other views sometime. Thank you very much. Thank you, Kritika. Thank you, Vishan sir, and thank you, Bal Murugan sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your short and detailed explanation on Digital India with a few examples of how MSME sector was linked with our turnover and the depreciation values, sir. I thank you very much, sir, for inviting you as a chief guest for this Digital India. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So I have to go to Mangalore again.
Yes, sir.
So I'll take leave. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.
Now I request Kumbakonam branch chairman Vishan sir to introduce about our speaker Kothari sir.
Vinodh Kothari sir. Ca.Vinodh Kothari is a chartered accountant with over 12 years of experience in India and a passionate trainer. Partner of Vinodh Kothari and Company, Chartered Accountants, Chennai. Fellow member of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India and has a rich blend of experience in practice for more than 12 years. He is an expert in the field of GST. He is also a visiting faculty at the SARC of ICAI and National Academy of Customs, Excise and Narcotics. Auditor General Office, Regional Training Institute. Trainer for Goods and Service Tax, GST by ICAI. Presented papers on Excel, GST in various associations and seminars. Trained more than 15,000 CA students and professionals on GST, Tally accounting software, Google Suite and Excel. Presented papers on various CPE seminars and associations. Committee member CII TN GST Committee, Committee member of Hindustan Chamber of Commerce, past chairman Direct Tax Committee HCC, past co-chairman Indirect Tax Committee HCC, Vice President Association of Chartered Accountants, Chennai, International Chamber of Indirect Profession. Now I welcome CA Vinodh Kothari sir. Welcome sir, the screen is yours.
Thank you sir, thank you Vishan sir for your wonderful introduction. Respected Chairman of Pondicherry branch, Kritika madam, Chairman of Kumbakonam branch, Vishan sir, Chairman of ERODE branch, Bal Murugan sir, and dear members, firstly I would like to thank you all to give me this opportunity on taking a session on this Tally and Excel for the audit. Recently we have just before my session, CA Dayanivasa Sarma, our Central Council member, has briefly explained what are the technological changes which we are going to see in the days ahead. So in the near future, we are going to see that there will not be any accounting entry. Maximum accounting entry will be petty cash entry or cash entry. Apart from this, accounting entry will be automated. So lot of automation is going to come into the picture. So when automation comes, what we get is data. When data comes, what we have to do is analysis. So our core strength in everything is whenever we get a data from multiple sources, how to consolidate that data and prepare a report in such a manner that it is presentable. Before that, first it should be understandable to us. Say for example, we are going for a bank audit in a bank audit, they give a text file. That text file we convert into Excel, do lot of process, and then we prepare all the reports. So auditing is also the same thing, where different data we receive from the client, some from the accounts system, maybe Tally, some from the Excel file, some from the various sources. So now it is very important that we update ourselves using this technology to minimize our work. Excel is a wonderful tool for us to use, where we are using it very, very little of what its potential is. Many people don't know that there is huge potential in Excel for the purpose of preparation of financial statements. We can automate a lot of things in Excel, and then using Tally and Excel, we can again create a lot of wonders. So today's session is on Tally and Excel for the purpose of audit. I have tried to join down certain important features which can be used by us for the purpose of audit. One, how to do auditing through Excel, and then how to use Excel for the purpose of audit. These are the two things, and some small utilities which I am going to take. I am happy that even during this weekday, almost 83 members have joined, participated. This shows that Tally and Excel learning is a very important part of our life. So we will start the session. So for just a second, I'll share the slide. So the screen is visible. Is my voice audible?
Yes, sir. It's audible, sir.
Fine, thank you. So we are going to see 5 things. Today's content package is 5 things which I have tried to elaborate in today's 2-hour session. One is certain tips and tricks in Excel. We are already using in Excel, but relating to auditing, few small tips and tricks I am going to show you which can help you to find out some error in Excel. Then how to link your Tally data to Excel in real-time basis. So normally what we do is we have Tally data, we have Excel. From the Tally data, we export the trial balance to Excel and then prepare the financial statement. So what is the challenge with this is, once any change is made in the trial balance in Tally, again we need to do the whole process again export to Excel, then prepare, rework the financial statement in Excel. This takes a lot of time. So this is what we are going to see today. Along with this, some introduction about Power Query, which few of them are already using. Many of them I know that are not using Power Query because they don't know the power of Power Query in Excel. Then we are going to see the most important topic of today, Tally audit feature, and then one utility where you can automatically create your financial statements from Tally to Excel, which is available in the market. Right? So first we'll start with the Tally audit feature, and then we will go to the other feature, because first important part we will take. Okay, first thing is Tally audit feature. How to do audit in Tally? Normally, many of us do audit in Tally, but we don't use the Tally audit feature. Maybe we are not knowledgeable, or we are reluctant to use the features which is available, or we are comfortable with whatever the existing system is there with us. When we do an audit, what happens? First is the planning stage, where you plan what are all the activities to be covered in an audit, who will be the team, what will be the checks they have to do it, how they are going to report it, and what are all the queries raised and how the reply is completed. Now, in a normal process, how we proceed this system is, we go to the client place, we look at the Tally data, we may have an Excel sheet, or in a query sheet, we make a note of all the queries, and then we go to office and then consolidate the query, ask the query to our client. And in this, sometimes we know that how efficient our staff are. Sometimes they lose the paper or they keep the paper somewhere, they keep the file somewhere. It becomes a big problem. Then in the next year, when we want to start the audit, and if you want to look at the previous year audit working paper, you search the file, you waste time searching the file. So how can you simplify this auditing process? If you are using a Tally, if your client is using a Tally software, within Tally, what are all the tools that is available for you to complete the audit? There are many wonderful tools which is available in audit and compliance, which we are going to see. The first thing is that the first important thing for the purpose of Tally audit feature is that your company should have a user ID and password. So முதல்ல வந்து என்ன வேணும்னா ஒரு யூசர் ஐடி பாஸ்வேர்டு கண்டிப்பா வந்து அந்த Tally கம்பெனிக்கு இருந்தாதான் இந்த audit feature work ஆகும், இல்லனா audit feature work ஆகாது. So it is first important thing. Second important thing is, where should I do this audit? Normally, how do we get the data? One, in client place, client office, client system, the data is available. Second, he is sending the backup to us, and in the backup we are working. Now, what is the advantage in working in the client place and completing the audit? And what is the advantage in working in our office in the Tally backup? Both I will tell. Accordingly, you can choose what can be done. Now, if you are doing the Tally audit in Tally system, doing the audit in a Tally system, and you are doing in the client place Tally, then what happens is, next year when he's going to move from one financial year to another financial year, last year whatever audit working papers are there, போன வருஷம் என்னென்ன audit working papers இருந்ததோ அது வந்து அடுத்த வருஷமும் carry forward ஆயிடும். So what is happening is, it becomes easy for us that when we go for the next year of audit, previous year audit working papers are available in Tally itself. If you are doing the audit in your backup copy, then that data is not available in your client place. Either you have to take that previous year backup copy and do the audit. Certain times I have received query from the members that whatever audit data or auditing which we do in Tally, the Tally audit பண்ணும்போது அந்த data வந்து client பார்க்க முடியுமா? Yes, client பார்க்க முடியும். Client can see the audit data, whatever you are doing it, but that can also be controlled provided you take the admin user ID password and then give them the owner user ID and password, then certain restriction can be done. So choice is yours whether you want to do this audit work in your backup data or in the client live data. Choice is yours how you want to use it. So we'll see a live demo. I have a demo company. In the demo company, step by step, I'm going to show you how you can do this audit in Tally. So already I have said that, just a second. So first thing is, this will work only in original version. Pirated version, it will not work. So I would suggest that don't use pirated version for the purpose of Tally audit feature. So first important thing is that you should have a user ID and password if you want to do audit in Tally using the audit feature available in Tally. So after creating a password, normally all the companies will have a password. You can go to this audit and compliance screen. Even your client can see this audit and compliance. If it is an admin user ID and password, restriction can be given if you are giving it to the user. So first we have to go to the audit and compliance for the purpose of starting the audit. So how do we start the audit? We have to prepare the audit program. So for the purpose of preparing audit program, we have to go to audit documentation. So audit documentation is the place where you are going to plan your program, where you are going to decide how many staff you want for this team audit, what are the work they are going to do, what is the percentage of work. Everything can be defined in Tally itself. only thing what you are going to do is, you to your staff, you are going to inform that you go to this tally, look at your work, and then start your work. Tally open pannunga, audit feature ponga, go to audit and documentation, in your name, whatever work is there, that you can complete. Then audit and analysis part is the query, ledger review, all this part comes in the audit and analysis part. Now, biggest problem when we go to an audit in our client place, or if we receive a tally data in our place, is that sometimes we pass some journal entries. Now, when we pass a journal entry in the normal mode, it gets mixed up with the original journal entry which the client has passed. Now, you want to give a list of journal entries which is passed during the audit. Normally, what we do, we go to the accounting voucher, pass a journal entry, and then tell them that these entries you have passed. But sometimes we forget that which entry is passed by us, which entry is passed by the client, and sometimes this gets goofed up. So, for the purpose of, yes, sir. For the purpose of passing the journal entries during the audit, you can use this tool, that is audit journal, and pass all your audit journals here, so that to your client directly go to the audit journals, give a printout. Okay, these are the entries you have passed during the audit, and it becomes easier for you to also analyze which entries has been passed by you and which entries have been passed by the client. And then preparation of financial statement, I will not suggest you to use this option. So first one, the audit program, we are going to start. For that, we are going to audit documentation. Now, before that, you have an option F11 features. In F11 features, you have audit feature. Fourth option is that audit feature. You have to go to the audit feature, and you have to ensure that you select enable audit working paper, yes, and then you enable audit priorities, yes. So by this, what will happen is, what are all the working papers you want to create? That is a query sheet, whatever questions you have for the audit, everything can be created in Tally itself. So this first step is, we are going to activate the working paper by selecting F11 features. Then next setup is preparing the audit program. So if you go to audit and documentation, you will find that the audit program is there. So in that audit program, we can design all the workings, what audit has to be done, who are and all should be done. So I am selecting the audit program. In the audit program, if you see, you will get this screen. In this screen, you can first set the client and auditor's details, set alter client details, yes. So once you give, you can give the firm name, that is the CA firm name. Then the address, who is going to be the team. Say there are 3 persons who are going to be part of this audit team. You can provide the team number, all the other details about the client can be provided, so that these can be filled in the reporting purpose. Control A. So now we have given the details of the auditor, we have given the details of the team, and we have given the details of the client, which is required for the purpose of auditing. Next area, what we are going to do is, we are going to plan the audit. Now in auditing, what are the different plans we are doing? Like first, we are going to say that you verify the opening balance. Then you say that you check the bank vouching, or you check the sales vouching, or purchase vouching, or related party vouching, or stock vouchers, or payment vouchers. So various categories of work you can see that are available here, which you can select. So I am selecting that checking of opening balance, verification of opening balance, and this once you select, what happens is, you can provide the time limit for which the working can be done. Now once you provide the time limit, what happens? First year, suppose you are doing, and you say that okay, working paper opening balance, you are selecting say 3 hours I am allotting for the purpose of opening balance verification. Now once the work is complete, your staff has to come to again to the screen and then say that how many hours he has taken for the purpose of completing this opening balance, so that next year when you plan, you have the previous year data. Okay, last year 2 hours it has been completed. This year also you can allot 2 hours. These kind of planning can be done. 100% I am providing verification. Who has to verify? Verification by the Harish. So this can be done after the verification. Harish can give his remarks in this, again going to the same place. Then it can be reviewed by your proprietor or partner, any in charge person, and give the remarks. Okay, verified. After verification, they can do.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
Voice is not audible, madam.
Very low, sir.
Voice is low now.
Now it's okay, sir.
Is it breaking or is it low, madam?
It's not breaking, sir, but it's going very low.
Now is it okay?
Now it's okay, sir.
Okay, madam. So, fine. So this way what you can do is you can select the various job which has to be done. Say I am selling that verification of vouchers. So journal vouching has to be done. So I can give that, okay, I am giving days, 3 days time can be given, and then I can say that verification, 50% verification has to be done. This has to be done by Ramesh, end of the list, and this can be done. So what your team has to do is, once the proprietor or the team leader, they open the tally, prepare this plan and keep it. You can tell your staff, go open the screen and see what is the work allotted to you, and then they can start the work. You did not waste the time calling the student, okay, you do this, you do this, you do this. And in the meantime, we forget a lot of things. So this first year when you said, what happens? Next year, this becomes as a base and it becomes more easy for you to provide the details. So this is the first level of audit planning, where one by one, whatever the work has to be done, these works can be selected, provided, and then you can provide all the remarks. Right? So this is the first step here which we have to do, the audit program. Then you have even the audit report which is available here. If you want, you can use this format, but I think that this is the old format. You can use a Word and Excel also, but in case you are comfortable with this format, you can even alter the format just by pressing enter. If you want to add any details, further details, you can select add details and add lot of options are there. So small things I'm not going, just saying for your verification. Caro reporting is not updated in this, so I'll not suggest you to use this. Then accounting standards, every company, which standard is applicable. If you want to give any remarks, you can keep it as a working paper, these documents. Same way, standard on auditing practice, all the auditing practice are there. If you want to give any remark for your working paper purpose, all these can be generated in Tally itself. Now this part, particular audit working part, we will come to the next part, not now. So first is the setup of the audit program. So once we set up the audit program, what is the next step we have to do? We have to give certain master data. Now what do you mean by set up some master configuration needs to be done? Now what do you mean by this master configuration? Now you can go to the audit and analysis tool. In the audit and analysis tool, you can find this master config. Control F9 is the shortcut key. Master config, you can click on this Control F9. You can provide 4 types of master configuration in this. Nowadays we can see that MSME reporting has to be done, all the MSME outstanding, all these things. So you can provide the data and creditas MSME wise. Classification can be done. How to do? Select the micro, small, medium enterprise. And then you select the parties which are coming under this category, just space bar for multiple selection, and then press F5. And you can select whether it is small or medium. If you want to provide the registration number, you can provide. If you want to provide the individual item, you can just select enter, and you can select micro, provide the registration number, all those details. So once you provide in your client data, what happens is next year also this data will continue and your working becomes more easier. Next is the periodical payment and receipt master configuration. There are different salary available. There are different salary, different expenses which are there in books of accounts, in which minimum 12 entries should be there. Or there are certain expenses like electricity where we are paying bi-monthly. So minimum 6 entries should be there. So what can be done is we can set up these ledgers in Tally so that when we do the scrutiny, it will tell that, okay, this is a periodical ledger. There are only 12 entries or 11 entries. Based on that, our audit working can be done. So say for example, Airtel. Airtel will be normally a periodical ledger. So I'll select enter. So select space bar, whatever ledgers are there. If you feel that this is a periodical ledger, say bank charges, no, not bank charges, electricity charges is there. 1 minute, there is some problem. So once you select these, setup can be done. There is some problem in my keyboard. I don't know. I am unable to connect. But once you select, you can define the periodical payments and receipts. Same way, then you have your related party. You can define which are all the related party ledgers. Select the party ledgers which are related. Say this is a related party. Just select yes, and then say that partners, proprietary concern. So this way you can provide the related party transaction. Now by this what happens? Once you define this as a related party, whatever the transaction with these related party person, these will be displayed here separately. Can you see this verification of the voucher? Verification of voucher. So here related party transaction, total 23 transactions are there. How many you have verified? All these observation can be seen once you provide the master configuration details. Then you have your sampling method. Now, what is the next thing when you prepare an audit program is, from the vouchers, normally we don't do 100% vouching. We do certain sampling. Based on the sampling, we complete the audit. Say for example, sales ledger. If you want to verify the sales, there are various options available. You can tell your staff that you verify all the sales which is above 50,000. So minimum amount is what? Say 50,000. What Tally will do is it will display you whatever is the sales voucher above 50,000, and based on that you can verify and complete the audit. So various options are available when you select. If you want to select all the vouchers, you can select all the vouchers. You can select all the vouchers, or amount range you can give. You can select even number, odd number vouchers, all these specific period vouchers. So these sampling methods can be selected for each and every voucher. Even specific period you can give for the verification purpose. Now, if you want to give a random sampling, say for example that Tally itself should select the voucher and do the random sampling. On the right hand side, can you see this? Random sampling. So random sampling, if you select, Tally by itself will select the random sampling. Say there are totally 4,966 vouchers. Tally should by itself select some 500 vouchers for the purpose of verification. So 500 vouchers or percentage, based on that you can select. Tally will automatically give you the random sampling vouchers, and see these are the random sample vouchers which is selected, and then auditing can be, verification can be done. So this is the master configuration, 4 master configuration which we need to do: micro and small, medium, periodic payment, related party, sampling method, which you have to do for the purpose of setup of the audit. And whatever vouchers we have selected, you can see here that whatever vouchers we have selected, this is visible here. Verification of vouchers percentage, total is 5,000 vouchers are there. Out of this, sample selected is 617. And once your team is doing the audit, you need not tell your team or ask your team what they have done. If you see here that audited is 500, then you will know, okay, so many vouchers has been verified. So this way, total control you can happen in the tally system. Now we go to the auditing part, that is how to do the verification of the ledgers and all the other details, what are the options available. So verification of chart of accounts, normally many cases, many tally if you see, if you go to display accounts book ledger, many ledgers will be there. Many ledgers will be there where no transaction will be there, or certain ledgers will be there which will have opening balance and no closing balance will be 0. Certain ledgers will be there during their transactions are there and there is no closing balance. So all these can be seen off here. You can see that account squared off during the year. That means in so many ledgers, 160 ledgers are there in which the accounts are squared off. That is no closing balance during the year. Same way, not used. Previous, that is from the starting, 93 ledgers are there which are never used and which is there in the accounts. Then not used in the current year. There are almost 115 ledgers which is there, which is used previous year, but this is not used current year. Now, how I use this not used in the current year is, say for example, depreciation. Normally what happens is many clients don't pass an entry in the depreciation or in the audit fees provision or salary payable provision. So we can check these kind of ledgers here in the not used in the current year. Then only balances, no transaction. We can see that in the opening balance there is a balance, but current year no transaction is being made. During the current year transactions are there. So various options are available. Whatever ledger you want, based on that you can start the verification. Now coming to the raising of query. Sir, okay sir, these and all are okay. Okay. Query FD now. How to raise a query in Tally. Now there are 3 types of query which you can raise. One query number raise panna. One related to the ledger. That is a specific query relating to ledger. Say depreciation. No depreciation entry passed to pass depreciation. So this query is on a ledger. Second type of query is based on a transaction. In a particular voucher, I have a doubt. In that also, we can provide the query. Third type of query is the query based in general. It is not related to the ledger. It is not related to the voucher. Based on the company, say for example, GST reconciliation done or not, you want to check. So this is one type of question which is neither related to ledger nor related to the voucher. So these 3 types of queries can be raised in Tally during the audit. So say for example, I'll show you not used in current year. I'm just selecting this. You can find that there are certain ledgers which are not used. So directors, exempted purchase, so many purchases are there. Say for example, I'll take this Airtel bill. Now Airtel bill is not used during the current year. If you want to see again, Alt Enter, if you press, it will go to into that ledger. Make a note, shortcut key for going into that ledger. If you press Enter, it will ask you to raise the query. Whenever you are doing auditing, if you want to see the ledger, Alt Enter. If you want to see the grouping, now this ledger is there, but what is the grouping? I don't know. You can go to F12 configuration. There you can check that you want to see what is the details not used in current year. Then you can select all items, show the group name, primary group, Control A. This way you can find that, okay, why no telephone bill ledger is created. So if you want to raise a query, what you can do is just select Enter. Now you are raising a query on the ledger. So this ledger is on hold. No transaction during the year. Telephone bills to be. So this kind of any query you can just raise and press Enter. Copy to working paper, yes, and yes. Now suddenly you get a doubt in a mind whether the GST reconciliation is done or not. So you want to raise a query. How to raise a query? Because many times when we do ledger query, lot of doubts crop up in our mind whether this company has done this or not. So you can see this in the right hand side, there is a working note. So this working note, can you see? So this working note, if you click, you can create a query on the company. You can see company, group, ledger. So I want to raise a query on the company to check. No. So this way you can raise the query. So if you want this for the future reference, all these things can be done. So accept. So this query will be posted in your working paper. So this way multiple things can be done in this. Now suppose I have verified everything. I can tell this is common. If I want to select multiple ledgers and I want to say that this is verified, then you can select space bar, space bar, space bar. Everything is select, and then if you select Alt F9, you can see this Alt F9. If you press, then common query, this is verified. Enter, enter, enter. So you can see these and all are verified, right? So this way ledger review queries can be created and selected. Now only balances, no transaction, same way you want to see, enter. You can see these are all the ledgers which are having. Okay, one more thing I forgot to mention. Be careful whenever you are doing this audit in Tally, be careful about the period of audit. Now I have selected the audit period as 17-18, previous year as 16-17. So which year of audit you are doing, ensure that this period is mentioned correctly in this Tally part, right? So see, we can see that here plant and machinery, no transaction is passed during the year, opening balance is there. That means depreciation is not passed. So I want to raise a query. So I am selecting space bar, space bar, space bar, space bar. So in these four ledgers, I want to raise a query that no depreciation entry is passed. I can just select Alt F9 on hold to pass. Enter, enter. That's it. So otherwise what we do, we take a note of this in the paper and then make a note in the paper afterwards. Where is the paper? Where is the staff? We don't know. So everything is under one window, one roof, and it becomes easier for you to do the audit. At least this query raising part becomes more easier. Other things also you don't use it if it's up to your choice. But I feel it is very helpful for me to raise the query in Tally, because just take a report from this, export to Excel, and then send to client. And again, whatever reply is giving, I'll just go to this transaction. Again, I'll select verified and then entries passed on 31/3/19 or 20, whatever date. So this way I can give the remark in the end, so that in future, if I want to see what is the reply given, I can just select enter. Okay, earlier I have asked to pass depreciation entry, and they have passed these entries. So both the control can be done at one place. So same way, used only in the current year, you can just select enter. If you want to see the ledger again directly, if you press enter, it will go to the query raising screen. If you want to go into the ledger and find out what are all the transactions in this, just Alt and enter. So Alt and enter, you can see that these two transactions are there. Now you have a doubt that you have a doubt that say on this. Okay, I'll show you how to pass a query on the ledger. That is the voucher. Okay, I have a doubt. I want to verify this invoice. Again, to view the voucher, again, control. If you press enter, this will go to this screen. You cannot alter the screen from here. Control enter, you can alter. Alt enter, you can see the voucher. So Alt enter to view the voucher. Control enter to alter it. So I have a doubt in this voucher. I want to verify this voucher. So voucher level query, how to raise? Just press enter on this voucher, on hold, or if I want internal clarification, observation, that is I need to discuss with my partner, then I can select internal observation. If I want external clarification, that also I can select or audited or on hold to check invoice for GST rate verification. So this way you can raise the query. Suppose these two you have verified and you want to complete this, audit is completed, audit is vouched, then again Alt F9 audited, enter, enter. So just enter, escape, control, alt. The 4 key வந்து உங்க லேப்டாப்ல வர்க் ஆகணும். Control, enter, alt, escape. Then only this will work. Other things, no other keys to be used. So this way you can raise the queries on each and every level. If you want to do the ledger verification, you can do from here itself. Alt, enter and do the ledger verification, or the other options are also available. So this is with regard to the verification of stock of account. Now in this stock item is not there, so this is not visible. Otherwise you can even verify the stock items. Similar kind of things are there. You will find stock items with no balances or transaction during the year, no transaction during the year. So all these items will be visible. Then verification of balances. If you want to see the trial balance verification, you can check this. Again, enter, 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 escape, whatever queries you want, you can raise. Again, Alt, enter to view the voucher, control, enter to alter the voucher. All these options are available here to raise the query. Then certain analytical procedure is there. Suppose you want to compare the purchase with sales, or sundry debtors with the sales. What is the ratio comparison? These are under analytical procedures which you can use for the purpose of in-depth analysis. If you want if you're doing for any verification audit, or you are doing some scrutiny for the purpose of some fraud or misstatement, you can use these procedures. Then pending documents. Now pending documents, what it is in Tally we have an option called as delivery note and receipt note. That means without raising the invoice, the clients can send the goods outside the company, or without receiving the purchase invoice, clients can receive stock in the company. These entries are controlled through delivery note and receipt note. Some company follow this method of delivery note and receipt note. As on March 31st, 2018, this should be 0. Normally, if you see if any entry is there, you can see this place, goods received but not goods received but not bills not received, or goods delivered but bills not made. So this area, this point will be there. So here nothing is there. If you want to see the net receivables, payables, then the aging analysis, again enter age-wise details. You can select from how many days, and based on that you can do the verification of the aging analysis. Now, if you have enabled the GST, if you have enabled the TDS, all those things is enabled, you want to see the statutory payment, this option can be used. Then periodic payment. If you remember, in the master configuration, we have seen that periodic payments is there, which we have set, that is electricity charges, salary, these kind of setup is made. If you select the periodic payment, you can find that, okay, electricity charges for the year 17-18, there are only 1 voucher. But for the year 16-17, there are 5 vouchers. That means some entry is missing, and you can do further verification. Again, enter, you can check the vouchers. Here 5 vouchers, here 1 voucher. So if you want to raise any queries, you can raise. Same way, salary, rent. 1 month provision entry is not passed. So by this way, your work can be simplified without going much into details. Everything can be seen here. Repeated transaction, then other analysis. If you want to see the interbank transaction entries for the purpose of auditing, that you can see. Then your fixed asset analysis, what is the opening balance, what is the additions. This will not prepare you the depreciation schedule, but only show you which are all the asset which is more than 180 days or less than 180 days, which is purchased during the year. Then transaction and holiday. You can even find a transaction on holiday. You know that your client is not working on holidays, and you want to find that. Just a second. sorry, some disturbance from the external side. That's why I have to mute it. So this way, this transaction can be verified. So weekly, if any transaction is there, you can check weekly transaction whether this is correct or not. Then highest value, low value transaction, pending advances, stale check, that is bank check which is issued more than 3 months. If you want to find out, all these things are there. Then account reconciliation. These are all the options available. So once the verification is done, you can see that already this I have explained. Total number of vouchers are 5,000. Total sampled is 620 vouchers. Then how much your auditing has been done, how many queries has been raised, then what are all the transaction which is related to the related party transaction. If you want to verify, you can just select enter here and again enter, and you can pass all your comments and working notes here. So what are the transactions which are related to the MSME transactions? All these transactions can also be provided here and checked for the purpose of your verification. So this is in nutshell what is the Tally auditing feature which is available in Tally for the purpose of audit. You can prepare your audit program, you can do the verification of vouchers, you can do your verification of ledger review, you can provide the queries. All these options are available in the Tally reporting.
Sir,
yeah.
Can you kindly explain the relative size factors, sir?
Relative size factor, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So relative size factor, what it is, needs a little understanding unless and until, because certain transaction is there, that is high to low. If you see in a ledger, there is 1 rupee transaction and there is 1 crore rupees transaction. So if you want to find relativity factor, that in one ledger, what is the highest amount and lowest amount which is there. So this way you can see this relativity. This is again done in certain cases where they are doing detailed investigation. Like say for example, I'll show you this 205. That is relative size. One transaction is 1 rupee. Highest transaction is 200 times of the lowest transaction. So this way you can see that sales only 2 transactions are there. What about the receipt? So this kind of relativity factor transactions are there. Same way, if some other example, 6 times means lowest transaction is 3,000 into 6, 25. So what are the highest transaction and the lowest transaction value in each and every ledger. So sir, when this I have tried, sometimes it is working, sometimes when it is high because of rounding of entries, sometimes it gives problems. So depending upon the use, you can use this option. And then the audit journals, already I have explained. If you want to pass any audit journal, you can just select audit journal and say you want to pass a depreciation entry. So I select depreciation 10,000 rupees and plant and machinery. I pass the entry. So this kind of entries can be passed. So what is the advantage? Again, I am telling us, for your client purpose, if you want to give a report to your client that these are the journal entries you want to pass, you can go to directly audit journal entry, tell your staff whatever entries you are passing. Because many times I have seen that what my staff will do is, for the purpose of completing the audit, he will pass some journal entry. Then I'll tell the client that why this entry you have passed. He will tell that I did not pass. My staff will tell that I did not pass. And all these kind of trouble happen. So strictly I have said that from henceforth, any audit, if you are having Tally, all the entries should be passed in the audit journal only, so that it becomes easy for us to identify it. Okay, one more thing which I have missed in audit and documentation is, sorry, audit analysis is, if you are going to the verification of chart of accounts, you want to see there are so many transactions. Now in this transaction, you want to see, yes sir, questions 2 minutes, I'll complete this part and then come to the questions related to this part. Okay. So if you want to see what are all the pending vouchers only in this part, you can just select enter. Then again what you can do is you can press F12 In that you can select all item. What do you want to see? All item. Then I want to see the group, primary group, verification note, yes. And what is the status? You want to see the on hold status. So I'll select on hold, enter. So whatever verification I have done, it gives you a filtered report of what is the query raised for particular ledger or particular voucher, whatever reporting is there. You can generate this report, export to Excel, and then share it to your client. Whatever queries we have raised, you can see that 1 voucher level queries, 2 ledger level queries, that is master, 3 company level queries are there. You can just select enter. You can find that regarding the company there are 4 queries which is raised. Regarding the ledgers there are around okay, here also again option is there. If you press F12 you can again define what type you want to see, all types or only working notes you want, or audit verification notes. I select audit. So all, wait, I select audit verify notes and then include configuration. So this way you can just change it. Working notes. So whatever working notes is there, that will be provided. So a lot of options is there. Again, this also you can give to your client and say that, okay, these are all the queries you are having. These are all the verification you have done. Even for your working purpose, audit working purpose, you can take the printout and keep it in your books of account. Then other reports are there. If you want report relating to the, which are all the ledgers of micro and small medium, you can take a report. Then periodic payments ledger, then related party ledgers, then sampling method, what you have used for the purpose of audit, then external confirmation. So all these options are having in the audit in Tally. So I have just taken an overview because in this 2 hours fully, if you want to take, then it should be a practical session for you to understand. I think once you work in 1 or 2 audit, this is not tough. Once you have to sit it, try it, then only it becomes easier. The query part and then the sampling part, and then the programming part, and then the audit journal part. Financial statement part is not useful. Don't use it. I will not suggest you to use it. So I think this is complete regarding the Tally audit features. So whatever doubts are there, the members can ask me now. Okay, sir, will the comparative figures will be displayed even if the split company option is excised at the beginning of the year? And if the split company option is, so one of the members has asked this question, whether comparative figures will be displayed if the split is done. What is the split means? Continuously you are using the Tally. Every year you split the data. Once you split the data, comparative figures will not be visible, madam. So that is not possible in this. So this will not be possible. If the data is not split, then the previous year figure can be generated. That what you can do is, if you want to have a comparative figure using Excel and Tally, when I am going to take there, you can use the 2 Tally and then compare it. That part can be done. So any other doubt members can ask me regarding this. I think 2 few minutes we can take for doubt in this. If you want, you can unmute the mic or ask the questions. What happened? No questions?
Yes, sir. Till now we didn't receive any hands raised, sir.
Okay, fine, madam. No more.
Yes,
okay, so this part we have completed. Now we'll go to the next part. Next part is the linking of Tally with the Excel. Now, what is this linking of Tally with the Excel real-time update? Now, Tally is a separate software. Excel is a separate software. I request anyway, I'm going to share this PPT with the committee and it will be shared with the members, because to make this correct, certain steps are involved which you need to follow it correctly. That is not so much complicated steps. All the steps I've already incorporated in the PPT. PPT. Just if you understand, that is more than enough for the purpose of this linking. Now, normal, how do we prepare the financial statement? We prepare the financial statement from trial balance, we export and then prepare the financial statement. It takes a lot of time. If I give my staff a trial balance and tell them or give a tally backup and ask to prepare a financial statement for the purpose of audit, that means he has to prepare a balance sheet, he has to prepare a trading and profit and loss account, then the related schedule, again linking, and then again tallying the balance sheet. So all these 4 hours, 5 hours time they take to prepare a financial statement. In some cases, they even take 2 days, 3 days time. Now, I received one tally data of my client where there were 8 tally backup. That is during the GST period, April, May, June, they had 3 branches and 1 head office. So 4 tally backup for April, May, June. And then from July to March, they had another 4 tally backup. That is totally 8 tally backup. So I have to consolidate data from this 4 tally backup. Along with that, the next 9 months tally backup and then prepare a financial statement. And there are almost 1 lakh entries in that data. So it was a huge data which we have to prepare a financial statement. And I know that normally in any case, in the first financial statement, if you prepare and client is selling this is okay, that will be the happiest day in your life. Minimum client will change the data. No sir, this entry I have forgot, that entry I have forgot, in the entry tapa potanga, ivlo profit varadu, avlo stock kadiyadu. So 2-3 times these changes are made, and I know that my client will ask me to make changes some 3-4 times. So what I did at that time, I have used this Tally ODBC connectivity and prepared the financial statement. First setup, it took me 1 or 2 days because it was 8 tally backup which I need to correlate. But after that, whenever he did any changes, within 15 minutes, again my financial statements are ready, consolidating all the 8 tally backup data. That is the power of this. So now I'm not going to show you the multiple tally data connection. Often audio becomes low and weak. Check my internet connectivity, just a second. Now is it audible?
Yes, sir. Now it's audible, sir, but at some point
It's
of
getting
time.
very low, huh?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, madam, give me 2 minutes. I will just change the place. Maybe some Wi-Fi connectivity problem may be there. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll just change the place so that this disturbance doesn't happen, because if I miss this in that and the voice is low, means the link will not happen. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now is my voice clear, madam?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Is my voice clear?
Yes, sir. It's clear, sir.
I can't hear you.
Yes, sir. Your voice is clear, sir.
Okay, fine. Now I think I am in a better place where my connectivity is good. Sorry for the trouble.
No problem, sir.
Technology sometimes is very tasking. When we are in front of a computer, sometimes we feel intel inside, mental outside. That is what happens with technology. Okay, anyway, so now I don't think that this trouble will happen. So coming to this part of linking the tally data with the Excel, there are certain procedures which we need to follow. Now, for all these procedures I've already mentioned in this PPT, which I'm going to share. So what I'll do is directly I will go to the tally and then explain this. Now, there are two things which you need to check first in any system. Now, normally what happens nowadays is there are two bits, that is 64-bit system and 32-bit system. In certain systems, there is 64-bit, which is the system available. The tally will be 64-bit. Your Windows will be 64-bit, but your Excel will be 32-bit. So if the matching difference is there, then this whatever I am taking, you will not be getting the data correctly and you will get an error. So you have to ensure that your system is 64-bit and your Excel is 32-bit. Then you have to bridge the gap between your system and the tally, for which already a program is available given by the tally itself. So we don't need to worry and spend time on that. So how to check whether your system is 64-bit or Excel is 64-bit or 32-bit? For this, you can go to your Windows Explorer. You can find your PC, this PC, and then just right click and properties. So here you can see that this is a 64-bit operation. So this is a 64-bit. You can see this 64-bit operating system which is there. Now, how to check whether your Excel is 64-bit or 32-bit? For that, you need to open your Excel. Now, this whatever I am taking, this will be working only if you are having Excel more than 2010 or 2007. Before that, this is not available. So you have to ensure that is it Excel 2007 or more than 2007, where this Power Query option is available. To check in Excel which version is there, you have to go to the account. When you open Excel, you have the account and then you have about Excel. Now in about Excel, you can see this 64-bit. Can you see this 64-bit? So normally in certain cases, you will have 32-bit. So if you're having a 32-bit, what to do? No need to worry. You have to just go to the tally application folder. Now how to see the tally application folder is right click on your tally icon. Right click on your tally icon, select properties and then select open file location, and this is your application directly. In this you will have this file REGODBC32. Those who are having this difference issue of 32-bit and 64-bit, just open this, double click, this issue will be solved, right? So this is the first step for the purpose of verification, a link between tally and Excel. Then second step is you have to ensure that the ODBC connectivity is updated. So for that you have to press F12. Once you press F12, you will find this advanced configuration. Can you see this advanced configuration? So this advanced configuration you have to select, and you have to ensure that the tally is acting as both. It should be not be none client or server. It should be both. Enable ODBC server, yes, and the port will automatically be selected. So this is the second setting which you need to do. F12 configuration, and there you have to select the ODBC connectivity. Yes, both, and yes. ODBC means open database connectivity for linking your Tally to Excel on a real-time basis. So next step is which company Tally data you want to link to Excel. Now I want to link to Excel this Tally data Superstar Enterprises for the financial year 18-19. For the financial year 17-18, I am going to link. Be careful, if you select the wrong company, open the wrong company and link the data, wrong company data will be linked. This is a real-time working. Don't open multiple Tally and then do this work. Only single Tally should be opened at that point of time. Now I am opening Excel, a new file in Excel. I am opening a blank working file. I am opening. Now how to link this Tally data with the Excel. So for that, you need to go to data. I am using Microsoft Office 365, which is a original version. If you are using Office 2007 or 2010 or 2013, there again, you will have this data option. There you will get query, obtain query. This option query will be there. So that option you can select. Here I am going to get data in the Office 365. It is get data, otherwise it will show some query option which is there. So you have to select other sources. In query, you have to select other sources. From that, you have to select Microsoft query. Now, Excel, if you want to excel in practice, you should know Excel. And if you want to be powerful in Excel, then I will suggest you one thing. What is the next best thing which you have to learn? If someone is interested, then you learn Power Query. I will tell you, my work has simplified to such a lot of extent after using the Power Query. I will show you one or two samples of how I use the Power Query to do lot of complicated things and generate the report for me in the further slides. So here what you have to select is select the first option, Tally ODBC. You have to select Tally ODBC. Then this data is now getting connected to Tally. Now, once this screen is appearing, can you see this? This screen is appearing. That means now the link between the Tally, if you go to Tally, link is created. Now, how is data maintained in Tally? This you need to know. In Tally, if you see, the data is maintained in multiple databases. There are so many databases. You know what is database? We have learned already. Database is there. Where different field will be there. Name field will be there. Age field will be there. PAN number field will be there. GST number field will be there. Primary group will be there. No, there are around 200, 300 databases are there. Under each database, if you see 100, 200 field will be there. From that, we need to find 4 field, which is important for us for linking the financial statement to the Excel, from Tally to Excel. So it is like picking up finding a needle from a hay of grass. So many grass, you are going to find a needle. Don't worry, I am going to simplify your work for this. We will go to the PPT for you to explain what it is. I have already showed you in the PPT. See, these are the steps which you need to follow. There are 4 data which is required by us. One is the ledger name. See, what is there which you require for the purpose of preparing a financial statement? Ledger name you require. What is the ledger group? And then the closing balance. These are the 3 things which is required. And one more field what we need is parent group. Now, what is parent group means? In Tally, balance sheet is one main group. Under balance sheet, that is current asset, sorry, liability and asset is there. Under assets, there is a parent. Fixed asset is a parent. Current asset is a parent. Sundry debtor is a primary. So this way, parent and primary group are there. So we need 4 data. How to pick up that data? For that, you need to see that these slides I will explain you. In this slides, I have shown you how to pick up. I will show you practically. If you have any doubt, you can see the PPT later on and then try it. So first thing what we require is the ledger. Now ledger is available in a database which is ledger. You don't need to search. You need to just follow the instruction. You can see in the background type L 4 times. Type L 4 times. So here I am going to type L 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we have got to the ledger database. I am going to select press. So I have selected the ledger database. From this, I will require 4 fields. One is the name field. Second is the closing balance field. Third is the primary group field. Fourth is the parent field. Now, if you see here, for the purpose of getting the name, in your keyboard, you need to type $N. Be careful, don't type multiple things at a time. Continuously, you have to type $N. So I'm typing Shift 4, that is $ and N. I'm getting the name. If you search, it will take a lot of time. I'm showing you a very shortcut method. Within 1 or 2 practice, you will get this. Then I have to get the primary group. I have to get the parent. So first is the parent. To find the parent, what you can do is, if I put $P, parent will not come. So I have found another method. You have to type $U first. So Shift 4, that is $U. If I select $U, then down arrow, I will find parent. So double click on this. This will go to this side. This is what your database is filtered. Next thing is primary group. For selecting primary group, now every field is named. The starting letter is $. Then the field name is given. So for the primary group, the field name is $_primary group. So what I'm going to type continuously, $_P. So Shift 4 underscore is a shortcut key. So Shift _P. So this primary group I have got. So double click. So now I have got the primary group, and the last item what I need is the closing balance. So again, for the closing balance, shortcut key is $Shift _C. So again, Shift for $_C. So now some problem. Okay, Shift $. See, sometimes it creates a problem. 1 or 2 times you try, you will get it. So Shift $C, closing balance is come. So this is the data trial balance which we require. Now our work is done. We have picked up found out the needle from a hair of grass stick. These are the 4 data, and then select next. And then next, nothing you have to do, just next, and finish. So now this table will come. Power Query will ask you what you want to do. I want to create a table. If you want, you can create a pivot table, report, chart, all the options are there. But for now, I am going to select table. Okay. That's it. What has happened? Now your tally data, whatever is your tally trial balance, this is directly linked. It is not imported. Again, I am telling, this is not imported. This is linked to your tally database. Now I'll show you one sample. Now assume that Ashika Shri Enterprise, how much is the balance? 24,000. Minus means it is a debit balance. Minus means debit balance, and it's a positive number means credit balance. Now assume that 24,063 is receivable from Ashika, and the client has passed one entry and sending you back again the new tally data. So what I'll do is I'll go to the tally entry, pass a voucher entry. This is a receipt F6 and bank account EES Ashika Shri Enterprises. I am receiving 24,063. Enter against reference. Then Control A. So this entry passed. That means what? In the new tally backup, what I have received, my bank balance is increased and the party balance is reduced. Now, again, I am going to open this tally, open this company, open this financial year, open that same financial, that is same, what they say, same Excel file which we have used to open this company. And then I am going to just go to data and select refresh. That's it. Select refresh. Now you can see what happened. Real-time basis. Your real-time basis, the balance has become 0, and same way your Canara Bank balance is increased. So this way, this real-time basis, I will give. Now, for those who are finding difficult to do this step one, that is finding the 4 ledgers, if you are successful in getting one file, what I am saying is you save this file and keep it as a master file. You save this file and keep it as a master file, and then every time you want to open another company, again open that file, create save as, let that be the same file, and then you open another company and then refresh whatever new company data is there. I will do one thing, F1, there is another company. Okay, same company is there, so you will not be able to find the difference. Okay, no problem. So I'll open another company, Superstar Enterprises, which is an old company, and then again data, refresh. I did not do all the steps. Another company I opened, again this data is updated. Can you see this? Right, again I change the company in Tally, F3, select the existing company, alt tab, refresh, you will see 0. So this way data can be updated. Be careful, if you select the wrong data, it will create trouble for you. It will create trouble for you, so be careful. So this is the trial balance. Now, keeping this as a base, you prepare your financial statement, give the links to this data. So what happens is, whatever links you are giving from this, here it is updated, there also it is updated, right? So any doubt in this part? If anyone is having any doubt, we can just take 1 or 2 doubts. Okay, fine. So here you can see that this is now next step. Sir, okay, sir, this is okay. I have my database. Again, linking sometimes creates a problem for me. How can I simplify the linking work? Now here, if you see this zero balance data is also coming. Every time you refresh, the zero balance ledger will also be visible for me. And again, creating a link, there also zero balance ledger will be there. How can I simplify my work further? Now, what you do normally to remove the zero? Remove the zero, you select here, filter, and then you remove the zero, correct? This is the way normally. And if you want to do certain changes, you make some changes and then you prepare your financial statement. Now, same thing what you are doing, instead of doing directly on the data, using Power Query, you filter the data, your work becomes more easier and you don't need to do the repeated things. Like say, how to do this Power Query, I'll just give you an basic level information of what Power Query is. Now, Power Query is whatever data you are receiving, you do certain work. What you do? You filter it, remove the zero, then you add column, then you add 2 or 3 column, then you make some changes. What happens is you use various steps. You remove zero, that is one step. You change the format, that is one step. You remove one column, that is one step. All these steps are recorded in the Power Query. So Power Query is a wonderful tool to clean your data. And next time if you want to clean your data, nothing you have to do, only change the master data and select refresh. All the cleaning work will be done instantly. So how to do this cleaning work? One just simple base, I will touch on this. I will not take in detail. So to create this Power Query, this is a table. First thing is that Power Query can be created only if there is a table. If your database is not in table, then you cannot create a Power Query. And again, to create a table, it is very simple. If you have any table, Control T, if you press, it will be completed into a table. So you have to go to data and then from table. So data from table. Now we are going to the Power Query screen. It is not very tough. First initial times you may find certain difficulty for using this Power Query. I also have found it. I also have learned only in YouTube, and then I have been able to do a lot of wonders using this Power Query. So now what happens? This is your database. So you can see that from where the source is, the database is the source. Then some change is made, header change is made. If you want, you can also remove this. So you can do this. Then now what I am doing is I am removing the zero balance ledger. So I'll just select on this and I say that null balance, that is whatever is the ledger having null, and then whatever is the ledger with zero balance, I don't want it to be seen here. Okay, so I am unselecting it. Okay. Now what I am doing, I am changing the format of the numbers. So if I want to change it to number, I can go to transform and then I can select a decimal number. So it is a decimal number. Here no decimal places is there. So these kind of, so whatever change I do one by one step is created in the site. Say by mistake, I did not want to change this type. I can delete it. By mistake, I did not want to filter it. Again, I can delete it. And again, I can do my work. This way, what happens? You do lot of repeated process, which you define here. And next time you want to do the same process, you just need to change the data in the source file. That's it. All the process will be automated. Right? And now what you have to do, just go to home, again close and load to, and then select close and load to. Right? And then I'm going to select that this data should be pasted in another sheet. So one table and again in new worksheet. Okay. So what is this? This is a tally link, tally ODBC link or tally master data. This is trial balance. Now, what is this trial balance which I have generated? The trial balance which I have generated is removing the zero without using the filter. So next time, if I just change this link and press refresh, everything will happen automatically without me doing anything. So this is one sample which I have shown you how to create and use Power Query. Again, Power Query is a lengthy process. Lot of things can be done. Initially, it may take for 1 or 2 days for you to understand, but as you use it, you will love it, and lot of simplification can be done. Now I will show you 2 or 3 Power Query sample which I have created for making you understand that using Power Query, how you can simplify this work. Now I have created one balance sheet schedule, same Excel file. I have created one balance sheet schedule. I'll just show you. So this is the trial balance schedule. As now we have created a link between the ODBC and this. This is the trial balance which we have created. Now using this trial balance, what I have done is I have created a schedule using the Power Query. Now you can see this. How I have created a schedule. Schedule 1, total of the subschedule. Now this again pivot table, reporting part, lot of things can be done. I have just created a first level reporting. Using this schedule, I can create a link. So what is the group? What is the schedule number? Automatically, I have created the schedule numbering and prepared one report. Now, how I have done it? I have done using the Power Query. You go to again this get data and launch Power Query. You will find that for the tally data which we have linked to ODBC, I have done 3 processes. So one is the trial balance which I have imported. This is the trial balance which I have imported. Now in the trial balance, first I have filtered the row. That means I have removed the 0 and the null. Then what I have done is, again from this trial balance, I have selected only the groups. That is, I want to give a schedule numbering. So what I did is I selected only the groups. You can see that this is the source data. Then I have removed the 0 data. Then I have removed the other column because I wanted only the group numbering for the purpose of schedule. Then I have created a conditional formatting. If I want to see the condition, I'll show you. So this is the condition. If it's a sundry data, it is a balance sheet item, schedule number is 6. If it is an indirect expense, it is a P&L item, schedule number 4. So this way I have created a conditional formatting, and then I have created one new column. Then I have used, we have in Excel that split data, that is row to column. So that split data option is available where again the balance sheet is split and the number is split. So then again I have changed the type and then added schedule number. This I have added with this and created one schedule. And then I have merged these 2 data using the common group. That is, this is the common group. You can see primary group is here. And again, primary group is here. Keeping this, I have created one schedule merge so that this data is now generated. And then this data I have linked to pivot table and generated that pivot table. So this way, a lot of things. This is only one sample part which I am showing for the Power Query. Why I wanted to show you Power Query is you can simplify a lot of work for your audit. From trial balance, reporting, filtering can be done automatically. Again, another one which I have created Power Query is reconciliation of 2A with the books of accounts. We know that as per books of accounts tally, there is a input tax credit data which we have. Then as per 2A, one data is there which is we are having. Right? So what I have created one file where you have the data that is this is your tally B2B data, this is your tally credit note data, and then this is your 2A data. That is from the GST portal. You download the 2A, and then this is the credit note from the 2A. What I need to do is I am having a sample data. I'll just show you how things can be simplified using Power Query. So this is the draft purchase register which I am having. Right. So this data I am copying this data and pasting it to this part. That is, this is my tally data of the input tax register. Then I will take this 2A data which is downloaded. I have a CompuTax software. Many other softwares are available, same type, or you can even download your data from your portal and then copy it. This is your draft 2A data. Yeah. In 2A we have B2B data. Alt tab, and then I am copying this data here. Control. There are around 2000 entries both in purchase and the 2A. This is the entries. I need to ensure that whatever the column I have kept. Now here I have already preset the column, so this is correct. I have ensured that this is correct. They go to data and then select refresh. I select refresh all. Now what is happening is, can you see this background, running background query? I have created some 10 to 15 query. From this data, you take the GST number, that GST number, then match the data. Then you give me a report that this is matching, this is not matching, this is in books, not in tally, this is in tally, not in books. Both the ways options I have created. So now your background is still working. Control 1. You can see this background, running background query. So now my data is updated. I go to this, and here this is the report which I have created using the pivot table, and here I select refresh. That's it. Done. How much time? 15 seconds. I have copied the 2A data, I have copied the purchase register data and created a report where it will give me the difference. How much is the value as per tally? How much is the value as per 2A? This is difference. So excess in 2A, that is in books 100 rupees, in 2A 120 rupees, this difference. In books, not in, that is in 2A, not in books. What is the report? In books, not in 2A, and matched. So all the data I will get here. If I want the GST status wise report, this is there. So this is everything using Power Query. So just for you to understand that using Power Query, a lot of wonders can be done, and you can use this data. So this is one thing which I wanted to show you, that using Power Query, Excel, and then Tally, lot of things can be simplified with that. So now we come to the next part. We have seen this Tally part working. We have seen this Tally to Excel, and then the Power Query part, which is completed. One part is the small Excel tips and tricks. Generally, what happens is when we give our staff to prepare a financial statement, he gives a lot of linking in the Excel. Now, sometimes some staff are very smart. What they do is they get a difference of 200 or 300 rupees in the financial statement. They are unable to find. So instead of giving a link, somewhere in the formula they add 200 and 300. This we don't know unless and until the client tells us that this is a difference, how you are getting this value. Then we find out that these kind of things are there. So already I have said Excel is like an aeroplane, but we use it as a bicycle. So try to use it as an aeroplane. So some small tips that in the financial statement, when your staff is preparing, how to find out that in the formula, if he has made some mistakes or not, or how to evaluate the formula. So there are 5 tools which we are going to see. One is watch window. Second one is trace precedent. Then the trace dependence. Then show formula, evaluate formula. This trace dependent and precedence, many of you know. I don't need to explain, but very few people know about this watch window, show formula, and evaluate formula. So I'll open one sample financial statement. So this is one demo financial statement. Now, normally we know that from a trial balance, the link is prepared to the financial statements, and then in the financial statement, again, link is prepared to the schedules, and from the schedules, link is prepared to the financial statements. You can see here that in this data, if you are seeing this, if you select this part, so if I select this, there is a formula, correct? Now, if you select this, again, there is some formula. Here again, if you see that 2,55,000 is added. So all these kind of mistake, if you select one by one and do, it becomes a difficult job. So instead of that, you can use this 5 simple tools which is available in the Excel. Trace dependent, trace precedence is again easy thing. So trace dependent precedent is showing you from where this value is coming. So trace precedent means from where this value is coming, and then who are all the dependents on these things you can check. But I'm not going to more focus on dependence and precedence. So Control S, if you do, this will go. Again, if you want to see traced precedence, then you will get a small file, and then double click, you will get the link. Now I want to see which are all the field in which there is a formula, and whether my staff has added some manual value to this formula. So for that, what I can do is go to the formula screen, and there you can see this show formula. Can you see this show formula? So this screen is available. You select the show formula, and then bang. So what data is coming from where? You can see that here the value is added of 25 lakh. Then here 2 details are added. So this way you can ask the question why you have manually added 25 lakhs to your staff, and then proceed with the audit purpose. Now again, you remove this, the formula will be gone. Now sometimes what happens here, now say for example depreciation. Okay, I'll go to this depreciation screen. Now in depreciation, the link is coming from 4 places, sorry, 3 places: detailed profit and loss account, detailed profit and loss account, J84, J129, and J185. Now we are interested to see what are all the integer value in this field. So how can I go? Each time I cannot press the trace dependent and find, it becomes a cumbersome job. Instead of that, what I can use is, again in the formula screen, you can see evaluate formula. Evaluate formula option is there. You can click on the evaluate formula. Now, evaluate formula is again a wonderful tool which very few people are using it. So what you can do is, whatever multiple links are there, you select evaluate. What happens? The first value is 7,31,034. Again evaluate. The second value is 652. Again evaluate. Third value, that is both, and then again evaluate. So your third value is this amount. So this way you can go and check the link. What is the, if multiple items are added together and shown at one place, and if you want to see independent value, instead of going to each and every link, you can select evaluate formula and view the report. So this is one option. Now next thing is that in the financial statement, when we prepare, what happens is, We want to check, I am preparing my financial statement. I want to check what is the impact on the difference between the balance sheet and the P&L. So what I do, say for example, I am preparing my schedule. I am making some change here. I want to check whether my balance sheet is tallied or not. Again, I go to my financial statement and then check what is the debit balance, okay, whether tallied or not. So here again, I have created one formula. If there is any difference, I think this will come here. So you can see that this difference is there. Okay. So what I am going to do is I am going to put a watch window. That option is again available in the formula, and you can see here in the formula there is some watch window. One watch window is there. You click on this watch window and then select add watch. So what I'm going to select, add watch, and then I'm going to select this place where the difference between balance sheet and P&L is shown. I select add. So what happens? What is the value at present now? It is 0. Now I am changing the schedules. I am changing to some value. I want to see what is the impact of this on the financial statement. So you can see this is the difference in value, right? And same way, I want to see that I want to add another watch about the profit and loss account. So what I do, I add another watch. So again, add watch, and then this watch is for the P&L. So what is the impact on profit and loss account? I want to know. Then I select add. So now I want to see I'm changing some schedules. In the schedules, I'm changing some values. Say I'm changing the office expense to some 6 lakhs. I want to know what is the impact. Now you can see that the impact is changed here. What is the impact in financial year? So this is one trick which you can use it for the purpose of finding out. This is though a small thing in the Excel part, but very powerful tool which I use it for the purpose of finding out the difference. This makes me find my difference very easily and evaluate the formula very easily. So this is one tip and tricks which I wanted to share. And then the last one part is that Excel utility. What is this Excel utility? So selecting the tally, opening the Excel, then linking that Excel. It is a cumbersome job, sir. I don't understand all these things. Is there any predefined utility which is available? There are many chartered accountants, few chartered accountants who have created a utility which can be used by us. I am using one such utility called as blackhorseexcellence.com. Now, what does this utility? So one thing first I want to tell you that I am nowhere related to Black Horse, nor I am part of Black Horse, nor I am a marketing agent. Just because I am using the tool, I am just telling you, sharing with you what is my experience in using the tools. These and all are not free tools. Some free tools are available in the website. You can go to the website and also check. But the balance sheet automation is the tool which I am talking. Now, what is this balance sheet automation tool? You open your tally, you open this tool, then select trial balance. Automatically schedules will be prepared, financial statements will be prepared, trial balance, from the trial balance, the schedule, financial statement, notes to account, everything is prepared with certain control. Apart from this, you see that in the latest version of their utility, I have seen that they even create a link to your Computax or Winman or whatever software you are creating. One XML file will be created so that automatically it will be updated to your ITR. I will just show you one sample of this Excel based utility which I am using it for the preparation of financial statement, because now earlier if I link my tally and Excel and give to my staff, again 3-4 hours he takes to prepare financial statement. Now within half an hour, 45 minutes, only grouping, regrouping he needs to do. Financial statement is ready. Next time open the tally and refresh, again that regrouping is not required because it is automated. So we are going to see this Excel utility for the purpose of preparation of balance sheet preparation. This is available both for the corporate and non-corporate. If you want to try, you can try the demo version which is available online, which has a certain restriction. Initially, you can use the non-corporate version, because corporate version financial statement is little complicated for the purpose of grouping. We all know that Schedule 3 format is little complicated, so it will take a lot of time for you. But this utility for non-corporate, that is proprietary concern, partnership concern, can be used for the easy. You can give the auditor name, then the company name, what is the capital account, what is the type, multiple layouts they are giving. Then you open your tally again, whatever link I have said, that 32 bits, 64 bits, all those settings needs to be done. Now this tally company is open. You need to go to the trial balance and then just select import from tally. Okay, so now what is happening? From my tally, data is imported. I have already done some changes here regarding the grouping and regrouping. So certain grouping and regrouping needs to do. That is the only work which you need to do. I'll just close this file, because if I do that, it will take some time for regrouping. So 10-15 minutes you need to spend on regrouping the data. So I've already regrouped the data regarding the how it should be going to the notes to account, how the link should be going to the financial statement, how the schedules I want based on that. So here, once you select, your balance sheet is automatically prepared with the auditor's name, client name, all those details. Then you can have vertical balance sheet or horizontal balance sheet, whatever format you want. Then you can even have the schedules. So this is the important part, that balance sheet P&L can be prepared, but preparing a schedule is a big task. So once I update the data, I select prepare schedule, all my schedules is created with the schedule number. Whatever schedule number is there in the balance sheet, based on that, the schedule is created. You can see this utility here. Just a second. It is updating the schedules preparation. So capital account we have to fill in separately. So full part is not done. So here you can see that. I'll just zoom and show you. So this is the capital account schedule, reserves and banks. So everything, page setup, including the page setup, everything is prepared. So you don't need to waste your time. Then fixed asset capital account, you need to do it manually. Then your notes of account linking is also done. Whatever changes you want, you can do. Even the ITR linking they are giving. See what is going to be filled in the ITR. So many times what happens is, we prepare the financial statement correctly, balance sheet correctly. Our client does a mistake while filling the details in the ITR. So they are giving you an option, you based on the grouping, that is in the trial balance, whatever master grouping you are doing. Based on that, you can fill the ITR balance sheet and ITR trading account, and he is giving you again a link where it will convert the data to the your Winman or Computex software, whatever software is there. I think it is the old version, latest version is not there. Okay, in the new version that option is available. So this is one utility which I wanted to share with you. These kind of utilities are, this is not the only utility available, few other company utilities available. Nowadays everything is there in online. You go to Google and search that financial statement utility, whatever is suitable for you, you can check. The cost of it is some few thousand rupees, 3,000 or 4,000 rupees. Some 3 or 4 months back I have purchased, so exact amount I don't remember. But even if you are able to prepare 10 financial statements with this, the amount of time saving is too high. I will tell you where your staff take 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours time to prepare the financial statement using this utility. First time setup will take you some half an hour, 1 hour time. That's it. And then everything is ready. Next time your client is asking, changing the data, again just refresh it, everything is done. So this is one thing which I wanted to share for you for the purpose of auditing purpose. And then the last, some small utility I wanted to share, because when we do audit, sometimes we need certain data which is on screen to be copied, and then certain utility, like say for example, you are having your Zoom meeting with client and then your screen is small. You wanted to focus and zoom and show some area, like now how I have shown that if I want to zoom this area, I just select a shortcut key and this is zooming. So you can download two very small utility in your computer. That is, one is Zoom it is one software where I press Control Alt 1, it will zoom. Again, escape, it will not zoom. Then if I press Control 1 and I select this, so some utility is there. Then one more thing is light shot. Light shot is when you are doing the audit, you want to capture some data in the screen. When you select print screen, lot of unnecessary data is coming, then again time consuming job. So light shot is one small utility which I use when doing the audit or any other PPT preparation. I select light shot and then just select, okay, I want to copy this data. Just select this, or data is copied. If I want to save, I can just directly save it. No, I only want this copy in my Word file where I'm preparing the audit report. I open the Word file and then Control V, this is printed. So very many small utilities are there. This is a very small utility, though not that much useful, but sometimes when you do the online audit, you want to capture some screen data. This becomes very handy for you. So with this, I think that my session is completed, whatever is planned. So one is that we have seen about the tally audit feature, and then we have seen how to link your tally data with the Excel in a real-time basis. Then some overview about the Power Query we have seen. Then we have seen about the utilities and tips and tricks. So I hope that this session was useful for you and it would help you again save a lot of time while doing the audit for you. Now, any questions you have, you can unmute your mic and ask, or you can give your questions in the chat box. I'll be happy to give reply for that. Any questions? Okay, will the comparative figures be displayed? Oh, no, this is already answered. Okay, same question, comparative figures. So split, if you do comparative figures will not be available, but in the utility which I have shown, the Excel utility, you can open the old company data, first use the trial balance, then then move it to as a previous year data, then use the current company data backup and use it. So in the Excel utility which I have shown, they are giving you an option where you can open both the data. One data you can show it as a previous year comparative figures, and current year data comparative figures can be shown. But in Tally Audit, that option is not available, where you can compare data of two company in the same audit feature is not available. If it is in the same Tally data, 2 years data is there, then
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
yes, madam.
Thank you for a detailed explanation, sir, of how to use Tally Audit's features and along with the Excel utilities and the other utilities, sir.
So any doubts?
Can we wait for 1 or 2 minutes or?
Yeah. Sir, in my Excel on linking with Tally, I'm not getting the Tally ODBC, only getting
Files and my MS Access database.
You have to go to this because I think that in your database that Tally ODBC file is not available. You can go to the Tally application folder, and then there is one file called as REG32 ODBC. Just double click on that, you will get that file. I think that option is there. Using the data, you will get it.
Okay, sir.
Any other doubts?
Yes, sir. We can.
Okay, where we get the Excel Power Query reference material with example. Madam, Excel Power Query material, I'll tell you, I have never learned anywhere, and this I have learned only in the last 3 months during the lockdown. I have been using Excel for last more than 15 years. And I am thinking that why so many years I have not learned Power Query. Now see, in 3 months I have prepared one utility of 2A, and getting a report of 2A and books of accounts, getting that report itself is a big task. So my task is simplified. I need to just explain to my staff that, okay, you copy this data in this manner, that's it, and refresh all the data. So Power Query, whatever I have learned is only from YouTube. So you go and search YouTube, lot of materials are there, but only biggest challenge is materials are overflowing. You have to select the right material. Once you do 3 or 4 or 5 times, automatically you will get the correct person. You will find out that who is the best person for you to explain. And while working also, you will get a lot of doubts, how to do this, how to do that. Again, I go to YouTube and then give, okay, I ask query, how to do this in Power Query. I get the reply, and this way I have created this. See, within 3 months, I have able to learn Power Query. So for those who are using Excel, it is nothing big science in this. Certain logic you need to understand that if this data is there, how I have to clean it, what I want, how to do it. So there is no formulas. Everything is predefined menu. Even I'll tell you one more thing in this Power Query. Say for example, you are having a bank statement, 7 bank statement Excel file in a folder, and you want to link it in one file. Using Power Query option, again there is an option, select a file from the folder. Whatever 7 files are there, it will select, give you the file number and give you the data. So much work can be simplified. So better you can go for the YouTube, that's best thing. Or even in institute also some programs, excuse me. Institute also some programs are being conducted. There also you can join. PDC, can you, PDC software downloads like Office 365 is available in Office 365 website. You can go in Google search. It is freely available for 1 month, and then it is payable. So I use business version, which is very powerful. Again, if someone wants to go, sir, after Excel, is there some powerful tool? I will tell you, Power Automate is the another powerful tool. Now, what is Power Automate? Again, same process. Now, Power Automate is part of OneDrive in the business tool. Suppose you are taking Office 365 business, you get Power Automate. What is Power Automate? With Power Automate, you can link your data, that is your Excel data, your email data, and send automated email. Suppose you are using Google Form. If you get a Google Form and you want to prepare some data from the Google Form, that can also be done. So Power Automate is the next thing which I am now presently learning. I have used that Power Automate to send my reminder email to my client. So what I have done is I have created a Power Automate. I have said that you go to this Excel file. From this Excel file, you search the field email. This email, you create an email. From the email, this field is name. This date you have to send. So this way I have created a Power Automate. So Office 365 link is available. So again, one more thing, there are, again, if you want to use other audit utilities, CCM benefits, our institute has provided many softwares at a free of cost. That also you can try. But these again softwares, certain time you need to spend. For current audit, you may not use it because again, starting from scratch and then learning, it becomes little tough. So maybe next audit you can try. Any other questions?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay, that's the question, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you all for your patient hearing. Hope I was able to explain you the details of how to use those audit features and Excel features. See, these things, unless and until you don't have an interest, you cannot proceed. But once you use it, a lot of things can be automated. using again Google Form. I am doing a lot of automation in my work. Daily work done of my staff is done in Google Form. Then from the Google Form, I link it to Excel. Then use the Power Query to generate the monthly report. Okay, this much work they have done. So technology advantage is there, disadvantage is there. What is required for us? A lot of things can be simplified. Needs some updation. Needs some time. So take some time, upgrade yourself, excel in your life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I request Pondicherry Branch Secretary Sir Satish Kumar to propose his vote of thanks.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Pondicherry Branch, jointly with Kumbakonam Branch and Erode Branch, my sincere thanks to CA Dayanivas Sharma, Central Council Member, for explaining in detail about Digital India and the changes going to take place in our profession in digital era. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to thank Ca.Vinodh Kothari for giving various ideas on how to audit with Tally utilities and how to prepare financial statement using real-time Tally to Excel update. Thank you, sir. And also, I thank all the members who have participated in this webinar. I thank the management committee members of Pondicherry, Kumbakonam, Erode Branch for their coordination in organizing this webinar. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.